Okay, you want to get your first pull-up. Maybe you've been sent here because in the pull-up video, I said that you have to be able to hold yourself at the top of the movement for 10 seconds. Well, that's exactly what we're going to be working on today. So, prerequisites, you have to be able to hang for 1 minute off of a bar. Very simple. If you can do that, you should be here. If you can do a pull-up hold at the top, looking like this for 10 seconds, move on to the next video in the playlist, which is basically about doing negatives and actually working on that full pull-up position. But if you're working in the middle of those two, you're on the perfect video. I see hundreds of people, right, trying to get their first pull-up. They come to me, they've seen the people at Cali and they're absolutely smashing out pull-ups and they're loving it and they feel super strong and they're like, I've been doing this for years, Ollie, and I've made no progress. And I was like, why is that? And they go, well, I've been doing lots of bands and I've been using the pull-up machine, and I was like, that's where you're going wrong, okay? Rule of thumb, throw out the bands, throw out the machines, go back to basics. And that's what we're gonna go through today. So, just to be clear, you can do a 1 minute hang. If you can't do this, you go back to the previous video in this playlist and you make sure that you unlock this first. There's no point even working on this. Now, what are the main muscles that we're gonna be working in this hang at the top position? You're mainly gonna be working on your biceps and your lats. I would prefer it if you felt your lats more. So, what are we actually doing to get into this movement? I would recommend doing this on rings because the height is very adjustable, and I would put the rings in front of you where the bottom of the ring is almost like eye level. That is absolutely perfect. And all you're gonna do, very, very, very simple, is you walk up to the rings, and then you take one foot off, then you take the other foot off, and you hold it at the top for as long as you can, with your chin over the rings or in line with the rings. Bam! If you can do that for 10 seconds, fantastic, you've unlocked your 10-second hold. So, how do you work up to that point? It's very, very simple. For the minute hang, for the 10-second pull-up, it's just about doing it more. You have the strength to do it, you just can't activate the necessary muscles yet. Your CNS isn't basically adapted to activating the right muscles, and so you just need to do it more. So if you're a Cali member, at the end of your sessions, work on it. In your free-for-all time, work on it. If you're stretching or you're doing something else, or you've got a pull-up bar at home, or you've got rings at home, just do it more. Do 3 sets, 3 to 5 sets, basically to failure, 3 to 4 times a week, and you will get there. If you're plateauing on this, it's probably because you haven't done this yet. So make sure you get your 1 minute hang in the bag and then you work on that pull-up hold. Now, this is the most important thing for this movement, which is basically the pull-up. I see a lot of people doing a pull-up basically like a bicep curl. They do this, right? It's not that. You need to think of it more as pulling your elbows down. Okay, and you're engaging this muscle here, which is called your lats. Now look at the size of my biceps and then my lats. My lats are actually the second largest muscle in the body. My biceps are nothing. But in day-to-day life, you tend to do a lot of this, like you're carrying the shopping, you're like, woo, let's go, carrying the shopping like this, right? You use the arms a lot, you shrug your shoulders up, and you tend to be a lot in the arms. It's actually the opposite. What you want to do is you want to let the arms go and be more in the torso, in the lats. So the cue that I give people when they're working on their first pull-up or they're working on going in this kind of pull-up position for the first time is proud chest. Pinch the shoulder blades together, hide the armpits, okay? Pull the elbows down to the waist. Because when we're in this position, that is what you actually want to be working on, your lats. That's the engagement that you want to be getting here. Because when you do your pull-up and you get to that bottom range down here, it's almost impossible to just pull your biceps. You need to be in this position to allow you to get the squeeze in your lats, almost like you're rowing. That's the kind of feeling that you want to be getting in your lats to get that squeeze. Okay, so very simple. It's not too hard to get your first 10-second hang. You must be able to do a 1 minute max hang. Very good, cool. You literally get some rings about eye level, you walk up to it and you hold, and you do it for about 3 to 5 sets. You keep doing it as long as you can until you hit 10 seconds consistently, then you can move on to the next level. Now, as I promised, what's my thoughts on bands and other kind of exercises? Leave the bands away, throw them away. Don't use bands. Why is that, Ollie? Good question. Bands add too much support, and they're literally just a way of you working on your pull-up to make yourself feel good when you should be regressing to a previous movement and working on that. The only time you should ever use bands is probably the advanced purple level skill tree levels, where it takes months to go from one level to the next in terms of this stuff, and you need to break it down with bands to help you. But with this stuff, it just takes unlocking this, doing it more, learning how to activate. Because when you're at this stage, a lot of it is just learning how to activate the right muscles. And if you've got a band on, you're just gonna be floating there and feeling good rather than actually squeezing the right muscles. Like, you should be shaking, you should be squeezing the elbows in, you should be trying to get your chin over. That's when you're gonna get your first 10-second hang, and that's how you're going to work towards your first pull-up. However, there are some nice movements that I would do as an accessory to help this. I really like, basically it's like lat pull downs and straight arm lat pull downs. So you can get a band, you can put it over a bar, and you can literally be doing the pull-up motion with the bands. Okay, that's a really nice. Once you've done like your max holds in the pull-up, you can then work on this, so coming down, squeezing in. Again, make sure you've got this shoulders back and down, your hips are forward, your shoulder blades are pinched together, and we're coming up. And another nice one is basically getting bands, squeezing through the shoulders, and then we're squeezing down into that movement, right? So this is basically the range of motion of the lats, and we're squeezing into that position, and we're getting a lovely squeeze in the lats, we're pulling it down to the waist, and that's teaching you how to get that engagement in your lats. And then one more that I really like is also just shrugs. So hanging from a bar and basically just shrugging up, shrugging down, shrugging up, shrugging down. Because again, that's teaching you what it feels like to engage your lats. So to summarize, your first 10-second hang, you must be able to do a 1 minute max dead hang. And then you throw out the bands, you throw out the machines, and you simply do it more and you work on it harder, right? At the end of a session, you hold for as long as you can. At the start of a session, during your free-for-all time, whenever you can, you just do it more often. The rings are eye level, you're squeezing your chest up, you're pulling your elbows into your waist, you're squeezing as hard as you can, and you're doing it for about 3 to 5 sets, 3 to 4 times a week, and bam, you're gonna get your first 10-second pull-up. Guys, if you like this video, click the like button. That way, I know that you're enjoying the video and I'll make more. If you have any comments or anything that you want to know about your first 10-second pull-up or pull-up hold, comment down below. I get back to all of the comments on the CaliUnity YouTube. If you know someone else who's working on getting their first pull-up and they need to see this video, share it with them, share the love. It's completely free. And if you want more videos just like this, we have a whole channel dedicated to making health education accessible to everyone, but especially people that don't like the gym environment, but still want to get mobile, toned, and strong. So guys, you can do this from home. You don't have to go to a gym, right? You can do this from home. Here's all the information and we can help you out. So click subscribe if you do want to see more of this. All right, guys? So best of luck on your pull-up journey and getting that 10-second hang. Once you've got this, go to the next video on the playlist, and I will see you guys in the next video.